We're gonna see if this is working. Can you go ahead and chime in by just telling us where you're from? And then I would love to also hear from you guys this morning a couple of different things. First of all, I'd love to hear if you have ever made a vision board. So, and if you have made a vision board, um, tell us maybe when the first time you made one is. I'm super curious, just your level of experience and like also length of time with this kind of thing. It's kind of fun to be able to hear these kind of things. So go ahead and drop me some emojis and some love in the comments. Let me know, how long have you been doing vision boards? If you've ever done one, you could say you're a vision board guru. This is something that you know all kinds of things. Maybe you teach classes on how to do them. I'm not here as a guru today. I'm here as a student of this work, and I'm sharing some things that have personally helped me so much. And so that's what I'm here doing today. So if you have ever done a vision board before, go ahead and let me know. And then also, if you are watching this broadcast right now and you are thinking of someone in your life that would be really interested in this, will you please also tag them in the comments or share this video to them? You can either click the share button and then share the link to their text or to their email or to their Facebook Messenger or however it does for you. I'm so excited to be here with you guys all today. I've been thinking about how I can add value to people's lives. I want to do that even more over this next year. So we're going to be doing, of course, our Facebook Lives on Fridays. And then in addition to that, we're going to be doing even more throughout the week through 2021 or 2022, excuse me. So I'm super excited. Okay, so let's see. Hey, I got a friend from Idaho. It doesn't tell me who you are. It just says Idaho. Jasmine, hey girl, how are you? Oh, Kathy in Heber, hey, how are you? Melanie says, I've made one, but didn't really know what I was doing. She was just kind of playing along, having fun with it, right? Luana started this last year. Awesome. Allison says, I've done one and gave up. Okay, thanks for your honesty. Appreciate that. A few people saying I've always wanted to do one, didn't know how to do it, wasn't sure, been interested in it. Okay, cool. Awesome. Gretchen says, I started vision boards during a class with you. Awesome. Hey, April, how's Texas, girl? Very, very cool. Hey, Annette, how are you? So happy to see you on here. Let's see. Sheena says her first one was in December of 2014. That's super exciting. Awesome, you guys. This is so good. Okay, so what I want to do is, first of all, I want to share with you a little bit about some of the things that I have seen and what I've personally experienced. But again, I'm not here as a guru of any kind. I'm literally just sharing some personal experiences and some tips because I've been doing these for a very long time. In fact, I owned my own business when I was 20 years old. I was 9 months pregnant with my second baby at 20 years old and was working from home. And I had a mentor who really was super passionate about, you know, your belief systems and what you think about is what you bring about. And I'm so grateful for her because she taught me about vision boards. And so I'm 42 now. Yes, I can share that number. And so that means, gosh, Aubrey was born in 2000. So I've been doing these for, I mean, pretty much 22 years because she was born in February. So right around there. And I literally just, we got together as a vision board party. We cut out pictures from magazines of things that just kind of like looked good in the moment, you know, and then we taped them or glued them right on a poster board. So if you've ever done that type of a vision board, go ahead and you can say, you know, something in the comments like, I don't know, maybe vision board collage, right? So there's lots of different types that you could do. And I just want to like give you all a shout out no matter what type of vision board you've ever made. But if you've done a vision board collage like that, where you've taped or glued them on, basically they were stationary. They were staying stuck. They were staying there. They were staying on the vision board, right? It's not like you could go and take them off easily, right? Or there's different types. There's another one where you can do it on a magnet board. And let me just share with you. I actually brought some props because I wanted to be able to share with you all the different types there are, right? And no way is wrong, by the way. Every way is right. It doesn't matter. But here's like a magnet board. And like just magnets that are on it. So you could have these for like your kids or for your family vision board or one for your business. You can get a magnet board, and honestly, you can get these at all different sizes. You can find them online. You can turn them horizontal, vertical. You can get a square. There's lots of different ways to do those. And you can kind of adjust them so that they fit the decor in your room, for example. You can get painter's tape. That was another way that I learned how to do a vision board. If you're like, I don't have a ton of money, I don't want to go buy a whole big thing, but I just want to get started, you can literally take painter's tape and go put it next to your bed, and put some items there as well. And that's a good way for for young kids too, if you don't want to go buy them a whole big thing. My preferred way to do it is the bulletin board. I really like the bulletin board because I can just take the bulletin, the push pins, and I can take it off and on really easily. Another way, if you want it just to be fast, quick, and easy, and you know that you're personally not going to be doing it a whole bunch of different, you're not going to sit down and actually do it all these different ways, is you can just take a whiteboard like this. You can literally get these on Amazon for like less than $10 each. So this is like freaking amazing. So I want to share with you, so as a mom to 8 freaking kids, I know that's crazy. I have been doing vision boards with my kids because like I learned how to do that when I was 20, right? And my youngest was born in 2000. And so we have a family vision board success binder, which I can't wait to share some of these successes with you and share some tips on really how to build that family culture of vision boards, not just creating it once a year and then forgetting about it, but some things that you can do and make it really be as successful as possible. So what I want you to do is share with me what type of a vision board you have created. And it could be multiple. So it could be the magnet board. It could be the bulletin board. It could be a whiteboard. It could be painter's tape. It could be the poster board. Which type have you done? Go ahead and drop that in the comments. And then what I want to tell you is I'm actually going to be doing a private vision board consultation and sharing tips. And we can talk about like different things that have worked with you in the past. But I'm going to be doing a giveaway with someone that is just, all you have to do to enter is just go ahead and start commenting and participating. Let me know what kind of vision board you've done in the past. You can do multiple comments if you want. I'm literally just going to choose some random winner here out of the comments here in just a few minutes. So please go ahead and share this video if you're watching right now and this is inspiring to you at all. Maybe you're looking for a little bit of inspo on different styles to do it. But wait, there's more. I haven't talked about all the different kinds there are. I've only talked about the physical things right here, right? So let's say that you're not really like somebody that you want to have it like up in your physical space. Let's say that you're more of a techie person. You'd rather have it right on your phone. Okay, maybe that's inspiring to you to have it like that. There are so many different apps out there right now. Actually, there's apps that are specifically for creating vision boards. There's apps that you can do that just like help you with graphic design and stuff. One of my personal favorites is Canva. I use Canva for my business all the time, doing all different kinds of stuff. So I already have that app on my phone. It's so easy. This literally took me less than 10 minutes to create this. And I also did one for my husband as well. And let me share one with you. So if you're like, you want one for your spouse or your significant other, you can literally just go ahead and just ask them like, what are their goals? And if they're not somebody who's going to actually do a vision board, this is something that you could create for them as well. There's no hard, fast rules that say if you help them with this, that it's like not going to work for them. Okay. So don't buy into that crap. There's all these different things out there that say, oh, you can't do that because if you do that, then they're all of a sudden not going to want it. Like, no. So this is the first one that I did for my husband. We have a dream to have a family cabin someday, and we'd also like to be able to bring people into this cabin and do healing retreats, intimate healing retreats with them. But this is like, we made this on Canva. Okay, now let me share with you. This is the one I made for me. Do you guys see how all I did was went in and I personalized and changed the colors? I put the year on it and I put the statement, I am a master creator. This is like so freaking cool, right? So then I changed the colors and added this for him. And then I said to him, wait, you have a goal to do $60,000 in cash so we can pay off this loan that we have. And he's like, yeah. So I added just boom, right in the middle. It says $60,000 cash. Last time he earned $20,000 cash. He didn't know what it was for. And then he ended up needing an entire huge dental surgery that we had to have $20,000 cash for. And he said, good thing I was inspired to put $20,000, right? So this is the one that I added to for me. And if you'd like a template for something like this, I actually have an entire vision board. Like, I guess it could be like a resource guide. It has tons of links of different things that you can do, complete with step-by-step tips and tons of information. I even have vision board successes from my own kids and from our own family. So if you're wanting to like inspire them, you could watch this video together because of course you can access this video on our YouTube channel. You could access this video right on our Facebook page. You can just go under the videos tab and then find this video and then you can watch it with them. You could do that today. You could do that tomorrow. You could do that whenever. I mean, it doesn't have to be the new year to create a vision board. And that's the thing is like why I like the bulletin board personally is because I want my vision board to be moving. I want it to be flowing and I want it to be going. I'm setting my subconscious mind up for the fact that I am going to be earning those things. I am going to be taking them off. And that's why I want it to be moving. I don't want it to be like stuck there. Now, if you do a collage where you're like gluing it on, that's not a wrong way to do it. It's just that my personal preference is I want to be able to take that off, put it in my vision board success binder, and then you can go ahead and keep going with it. Okay. So it is going to be so exciting. You could do one for the theme for that year that you have. How many of you have already chosen a word that you'd like to be able to really focus on? It's an intention for 2022. If you have a word, will you drop that word down in the comments? Let me know what your word is. And if you don't have a word yet, it's okay. You don't even have to have a word. You could have a vibration, or you could have an emotion, or just like a certain vibe that you want to like really pull into, right? Mine personally is I want to be more intentional. That is, I don't want to just like be putting out fires all the time or like be juggling things. I want to be really intentional about me time and self-care, and I want to really be able to like flow into that even more. So will you go ahead and drop that word, whatever your word is, if you have a phrase or a statement, or if you're looking for a word, maybe some of the other people's words will really be able to be helpful to you, whatever that is, right? But you don't have to choose a word. I think this last year, it took me like a full month into the month of January to choose my word, and that's okay. It's totally fine. Yeah, it's called Canva, Canva. Yeah, and in that guide, that resource guide that I'm going to be sending out, all you have to do to get that, by the way, it'll have all these links, all these different things that are going to be helpful for you. All you have to do to get that is I'll have a link for you in just a few minutes, okay? This is so fun. Is this so fun to be like on here with like so many people that are like excited about vision boards? I'm so excited. Okay, so I want to tell you my oldest daughter just turned 23 years old yesterday. And one of my favorite stories about vision boards is when she was younger, she created a vision board and it had, and I mean, she was like probably 10 years old. Yeah, about 10 years old. And her vision board had cute petticoats. She was envisioning like a future daughter, which by the way, that's Stella Rose. I just love her name. And it's my granddaughter. What can I say? And she had petticoats on there, and she had like these pictures of these cute little girls. And this is like when she was 10, right? She wanted to be a mom and she wanted to have a daughter. And so anyway, Then another thing that I thought was really cute on her vision board, this is when she was 10, by the way, was she had bacon all over it. She freaking loved bacon so much. So she had pictures of bacon all over her vision board. She like, it cracks me up. It's so funny. I know I became a mama on yesterday, 23 years ago. I like the whole day, I just like just like held such esteem and love for my daughter. She is such an accomplished, successful businesswoman and mom, and I'm just so proud of her. So yeah, it's really cool. So thank you, Rachel, for sharing that. It's cool that we have that in common. But anyway, so that was really fun that she had that on her vision board. And she also had a horse. Now, when she created that, we lived on 0.25 acre, very, very tiny, small piece of land in a city that definitely did not have room for horses. And then we moved out here and we actually got a horse, and the horse's name was Diamond. And actually the horse was donated to us. And it was just really cool. So she got everything that was on her vision board. Lots of bacon, her beautiful daughter, like gorgeous horse, beautiful piece of land that we live on right next to the river bottoms out here in the country. And I honestly like attribute us living here to her. She had that on her vision board. And I remember one day a lady that was living near us, she said to me, "You guys kind of seem like a country family." And at first I was like insulted. What does that mean? And then I was like, we are a country family. We totally are. We just like love having this wide open space and everything. Of course, I love the city too, but I used to live in New York City. So yeah, I absolutely love the city too. But anyway, all good things. Okay, so I want to tell you about another story with vision boards. This one is with my second daughter. She is now 21 years old. When she was 14, I told her that when she got to be about graduation age, if she wasn't pregnant, addicted to drugs, or had a tattoo, I know, don't judge me, right? This is what I told her, that I would take her anywhere in the world for free. I would take her and we would go on this beautiful trip together, right? And so she put on her, like, it wasn't just a vision board, it was everywhere. It was on every wall, tons of pictures. It was like a whole room made into a vision board, into a collage. And she truly like was very focused on it. You could tell it was her intention. She imagined herself in these pictures. She could see us being there, like hanging out and relaxing and having fun and being wowed with the sights. By the way, did you know that there's 10,000 waterfalls on the island of Iceland? And it is stunning, so stunning. And but anyway, so her and we went there. We actually took a fellow she was dating at the time, and we went to Iceland and we spent a good amount of time there. We got to go see the waterfalls and we got to feel the energy there. I felt like I could feel the earth's heartbeat in the black little pebble beaches. I mean, if you like lava rock, I mean, when I stuck my feet deep into the sand, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I feeling? Like I could feel that, right? And it was just absolutely stunning, so stunning. But she like envisioned this for years, right? From the time she was 14 till the time she was 18, she had vision boards, I mean, all over the place, and it was just fantastic. So you don't have to just limit yourself to just a board or just a frame or just something on your phone. She like freaked out. She like went all into it and it made it into a whole room. But what she learned was anything was possible. Anything. Like she's like, I did that. You know, like by the way, had never really traveled internationally very well. I grew up with we had 6 siblings in my family. So I was third, I was the middle. And my mom was single most of the time while I was growing up, and we were pretty poor. I'm just gonna like, we're gonna own that. Like, there was a lot of benefits, but also challenges that came from that. But we definitely were not going to be traveling internationally for fun to go do something like that. You know what I mean? So it was like a stretch for me too. I had to go get a passport. I had to like get myself all ready and psyched up. I was freaked out. I like had the most social anxiety about anything ever in my entire life as going to Iceland. It was so intense for me. The water tastes amazing there, by the way. Anybody else been? Oh, that's so cool, Alice. Allison, I love that. Very cool, very cool. Yes, and it is they say it's the land of fire and ice. I can totally attest to that. Being a very energetically sensitive person, I felt this like fire and ice energy there. It was intense. But my daughter will never forget that, ever. She will never forget that experience of going to Iceland. What I feel like we experienced together was her manifesting this trip, her manifesting the vibrations and the experience. And by the way, shout out to Aubrey, who is a very talented world traveling wedding photographer. She also ended up manifesting even more following that. So that's what I want to tell you is this created a momentum in my family, especially for her, but even that much more. So she ended up getting to go to Rome. She spent about 2.5 months in Europe. This was pre-COVID, right? And she got to go do an elopement in front of the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. And, the fact that she could even go and do something like that, she had to like envision herself creating this experience. And she did it. She's had many other experiences that I'll let her talk about that someday, but I just have been blown away at her manifesting energy that she's been able to really create. And that started when she was young. So if you have kids, grandkids, I would encourage you to do a vision board with them, inspire them. This is not about force, by the way. My family's not forced to do a vision board. If they don't want to do a vision board, I'm not going to make them do a vision board. So don't make your kids do it. First, set the example and get excited about your own vision board. Okay. So, yes, I am so freaking excited to share some more experiences with you, but those were the first two that I felt inspired to start with. So, if you don't have a vision board success binder yet, you could do one for yourself. You could do one for you and your partner. You could do one also for your kids. However you want to do it. If you have a business team, I would highly recommend doing one for your business team as well. But this is just so exciting. So this one here was from, this is when we started creating a success binder. This is from my son, who this was in 2015. And I highly recommend, by the way, not just taking a picture off of the vision board, but also writing together about your experience of getting it. So this is Caden's. He said, I put this bow on my vision board almost 2 months ago when I very first put it up. I had no idea how I was going to get it then. Yesterday, we all went to the hunting expo together. Dad told me that since he'd paid half of Kylie's first bow, he'd pay for half of mine. I couldn't believe it. I had enough money to pay for half. So grateful. This is what my son told me to write, and I got to write. And by the way, this particular bow was about $400 to $500. And I just wanted to share that with you. His two older sisters couldn't pass their bows down to him because they were both left-handed and he's right-handed. So I had to go ahead and create that. By the way, while I'm sharing some of these stories, let's go ahead and get some more inspo flowing. Please share with me and the rest of people watching a few of the things that you've been able to pull off of your own vision board just in the last year or two down in the comments. So go ahead and get those comments going. Again, we're doing a private vision board consult giveaway here. All you have to do in order to enter is just go ahead and comment, and we're going to go ahead and do those randomly. Okay, so this is another one. And those of you who know me, I have 8 children. Yes, I birthed them all. And my last one was born in 2014 on Christmas Eve. So if you guys do the math, I did my very first conferences in 2014. That means I was literally pregnant the whole time I was doing my first conferences. So here I was laying in bed and I was super pregnant and I was kind of in a bind. I needed some funds. I needed some financials coming in pretty quickly. And I don't know if you've ever been in that situation where you needed some money to come in to pay for something that was it was like a need. It was something that was important to you. I had that and I decided, I wanted to go beyond what just my financial need was. I wanted also to shoot for something that was really exciting too. So I went ahead and I put my goal as $20,000. And this is kind of embarrassing to show this to you, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. So I was really super pregnant, and a mentor of mine happened to have $20,000 cash. And I said, my first $20,000 in 1 month. I made the goal on December 20th, 2014 to get 20,000 in 20 days. By January 31st, 2015, I did it. So I don't know if that is inspiring to you or not, but the most money I had ever earned in 1 month before that was 5,000. So that did it by 4 times in just a short amount of time. And I said to myself, I know that there's no way that that came true except for the fact that I put it on my vision board. So I'm so excited. Yeah, and I'll share some of those other things as well. This is a daughter of mine, Braxy. Anybody know Braxy? Give her a shout out. Send her some love. She's in Iowa right now. February 7th, 2015, she put this on her vision board: YFF ticket this week. And she says, I got my ticket for YFF. Yay. And do you see that exclamation point? I did it. She was so proud of herself. Okay, now there's one thing about you getting your vision board items off. There is a completely other thing going on when the people that you love most and care about the most start pulling off their vision board items and they share their excitement with you. It is so freaking cool. I love it so much. So yeah, shout out to YFF because all my older kids have gone. The younger kids aren't young enough or old enough to go yet, but it is freaking amazing. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who is sharing your vision board successes. This is a place where you absolutely have permission and you are allowed, and not just allowed, but invited to brag on this for a moment. Like, some people might not even realize that this is possible. And I just want to tell you thank you, because you are inspiring other people just by, just by saying, this is what I did. And so then they can know that they can also do it. By the way, if you're commenting, thank you so much for doing that. And I also want to say, if you haven't shared this video yet, please, I invite you to do so. It's just a lot of love and great information and inspiration as well. So can you do, excuse me, can you do vision boards for things that are not just materialistic or physical? Okay. Let me ask you, I'm asking you that question right now. Those of you who have done vision boards, have you done it for only physical things? Okay. Have you done things on your vision board that were not materialistic? Like you couldn't actually like physically touch it. Okay. This next one is going to be one of those. And that is, a hot date with my husband. Why would I want a hot date with my husband? Well, because I wanted to spend time with him. I wanted to be able to create a better relationship and have this awesome, intense, passionate, burning fire like love between us. And by the way, it is still very present. But I definitely didn't get that just by like not thinking about it, right? So hot date with my husband. And by the way, when I did this particular one, what I did was I had a list of 30. It was kind of like, have you ever seen like a yard sale bulletin board flyer that's like that you have it on a community like bulletin or something like that? Well, of course, like I had 30 of those and we pulled those off for every time we did a date. So this was not just one date, that was a lot more. Can you have these for business? Absolutely. I have things on here, 150 shares by Friday for this particular flyer that I was doing. And then I also put 1,000 registered, 60 paid vendors, and I got it. So that's why this came off and went on there. So you can use it for your business goals. You can use it for your relationship goals. What other things can you do? Oh, by the way, my daughter, again, shout out to Roxy. Thanks for everyone who's sending her love. She says she wanted to get 3 lip scents, different colors, and she did it. And she put the date when she was able to do it. Is this so exciting, you guys? Look at all of these stories. I can't wait to go back and read your stories, by the way. Thank you so much for taking a moment to type them out and to share it. I really am so proud of you, and I'm celebrating with each one of you. This is so exciting. In 2015, my husband put on that he wanted to do scripture study for 15 minutes a day. And he actually wouldn't take it off until he did it for quite some time. He had that on there for over a year. And I said, when are you going to take that off? You've had that on there and you've been doing it consistently. So he did that one. We've had a dream I was sharing earlier about getting a cabin. So I said, well, we need to like start this lifestyle of having a cabin. So I put on there a cabin trip every 2 months with my family. We literally went onto VRBO, Airbnb. We found these cabins. We planned these trips every other month. We went and did this. This was so exciting. And the idea was to build the memories. It wasn't about the actual cabin. It was about what the cabin was going to do for us. So think about that. This is so freaking exciting, you guys. I absolutely love this so much. Okay, so here's some more things that hopefully will inspire you a little bit. This is my son's remote control. He wanted this so bad. Now, by the way, yeah, remote controls are not cheap if you have 4 sons, by the way. Anybody else out there? Shout out to the boy moms in the crowd. Oh, and also interior decorating. Yeah, I had an interior decorator come from San Diego and he completely helped me gut my entire main floor. We like knocked out walls. We put down new floors. I had a subfloor that was painted with porch paint for years. And that's all my family had for our flooring until he came. By the way, shout out to Darren. Thank you so much, Darren Hunt. Appreciate you. My son, again, this is 2015, only a few months after he had gotten his first vision board item, which was a bow. He put that he wanted a freaking dirt bike. I thought to myself at the time, and don't judge me for this, okay? But I literally thought to myself, oh my gosh, like what is happening? He put down a bow and now he thinks he can get anything. He can't get a dirt bike. That's going to be a ton of money. Oh, I seriously regret that I thought that, but I did. And I told my husband about it confidentially, just privately, he and I, and he's like, he can put whatever he wants on. Don't you dare limit him or hold him back. So thank you to my honey for encouraging me to continue supporting him. He went and bought this used off of KSL, which is a used site around here. And he went and got it fixed. He said it's so fun to ride it all over our yard. Yes, I do kind of hold my breath just a little bit every time he rides it because he's so crazy. But he just went this year and he bought himself a $3,700 really, really nice dirt bike. And he's 16 now. So the dirt bikes have continually increased over time. My husband decided that's not fair. I've wanted a dirt bike my whole life. So he went and bought one the next day. So now we have these dirt bikes when we go up to the mountains. They have so much fun riding wheelies all over and just having such a blast. But it is so much fun. So more bows, more backpacks. I don't know if you guys can actually see these. I highly recommend writing out the stories with it. My son put that he wanted to get a bowl. He definitely does that. It is so, so cool. I love this, you guys. My gosh, a video camera. My daughter put down go on my first date, driver's ed, to get in the final syllabus at the Utah Classic. My daughter who did ballroom dancing, worked towards getting my driver's license. Hang out with Katie Cook. She literally put down a friend that she wanted to just spend time with. Shout out to Tony Cook. Anybody know her? Give her a tag in the comments. That'll be fun. My daughter, who when she was 16, actually she was about 15 years old when she set this goal, she decided that she wanted to serve a humanitarian trip. That's what she wanted to put on her vision board. She wanted more service in her life. And yes, I'm talking about Braxy. And I told her, I said, I've looked at those and like they're about $3,000 to go on this humanitarian trip. I said, so I'm not paying for it. If you want it, go put it on your vision board. You know how to manifest it. And she literally was like, I can't believe that you're not going to pay for this. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my vision board, but I don't see how it's going to happen. And so I said to her, you have all these talents and you have all of these skills and these abilities and you have this ambition and desire to serve. I know that the universe will reward you for all of these good things. Will you please go ahead and just believe that you can do it? Just set the intention that you can do it. And she said, okay, Mom, I'm going to do it. So she put on there that she was going to serve a humanitarian trip to Guatemala. I'm like, can you do a humanitarian trip like somewhere safe, somewhere like not international, like somewhere like close by, maybe even? She's like, no, I really feel this strong desire to go to Guatemala. I'm like, okay, you can do this. Shout out to Jen Kelly. Shout out to the organizations that she represents down there. I seriously am so grateful that I knew that there was a safe place that she could go down there, and she could really desire to do that, and she could, achieve this dream. So she flew to Guatemala by her freaking self. Tony Cook and her daughter Katie Cook, or not Tony Cook, Tony Cook's husband and Katie Cook literally met her at the airport in LA. They were like, "Oh, you're going on this trip?" And she flew the rest of the way with them. And she got to go do this, and she was able to see volcanoes and jump into this lake off of this huge deck and make all these friends and serve and serve and serve and serve, which made her heart so happy. And she earned the money by herself. Now, this is what happened, you guys. She was in front of her vision board, and these are some of the tips that I wanted to share, and I'm going to share them through stories. I hope that you don't mind me sharing so much personal stories, but I feel like I learn through stories too, so I hope that that's okay with you guys. Anybody else love the stories component? This is just kind of how I teach. So anyway, my daughter stood in front of her vision board, and she wrote down all of these different ideas, and she couldn't quite think of anything that she felt would be able to reach in the thousands of dollars range. So she came to me, and I told her to really dig deep and think about what are some of the things that she could do that she already loves doing. Well, she's an artist. She absolutely loves art. I inspired her and encouraged her to think about how she could use her art to earn the money. Do you know what she did? She actually went and she created an adult coloring book with her own artistic abilities and skills, and she sold them at the conferences. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, as her mama, thank you so much to every single person who's ever bought one of her coloring books, because you helped her to be able to realize her goal and her dream of going to Guatemala and having this experience and serving through she taught them how to do garden boxes and made garden boxes literally for days. They went and visited orphanages and just had so much fun. It was so exciting. So I'm absolutely in love with all of these good things. It's so much fun. Yes, and even though she's on this service mission right now in Iowa till next October, she still has a few, and I can sell those later. So if you see me selling those, there's just a few left. Jump on those for sure. But she did take the opportunity to stand in front of her vision board and ask the question. She wrote down ideas. She actually took action. It's not like you put a vision board up and then you never look at it again. Sure, that's something that you can do. And I will be doing that with mine, right? But there's other things that you can do as well. So I want to encourage you also to ask yourself the question, why not me? You put the things on the vision board there, and then you ask yourself the question, why not me? Why can't I get that? Write down all the reasons that come to your mind on why you can't get it. And then when you're done, sure as shit, you're going to take that paper, you're going to rip it all up, you're going to throw it in the garbage or burn it. Get those thoughts out of your mind. When you release those thoughts and you let them go, the best next thing that's going to happen is once those blocks are out, you are going to allow the real juicy stuff, the real opportunities to flow into you. And you're going to get the real meaty stuff, the ideas that are actually going to work. But that's my best tip is you get those negative ideas, those negative thoughts out of your mind first. Let them go. Rip them up, burn them. Okay. Do a write and burn about it. Okay. The next thing is, you know what? I'm going to share a couple more tips with you. If you are an on-the-go person, or you find yourself thinking faster, I'm just going to say it like that. You find yourself to be an extrovert, or you find yourself to be I'm just going to say you have the superpower, you have the super gift of having ADD, or maybe your mind functions a little bit different. You are literally going to oh, sorry, I just like totally lost my train of thought. You're going to create a vision board that moves differently. See, there's kinesthetic learners. That means that you like the tactile, you like the touch. I went to Ross. I found myself this box that said dream. It was just a cardboard box. And I opened it up and I put some things in there that I could touch. So I had on there once that I wanted new flooring. I actually went to the flooring store and got samples, put them in the box, and I would take them out of the box and I would touch them. And I would literally imagine walking on them and laying on the floor and what it would look like. And I'm a tactile learner. I love that. I like to feel it, right? When I put Hawaii on my vision board the first time, I remember that I literally could not even imagine myself there. So I wanted to take it to the next level. So I actually got a tote from Dollar Tree. I put the Dollar Tree tote on the ground next to my bed, and I filled it up with salt water. And I stood in front of it listening to the sounds of ocean waves from YouTube. And I imagined myself holding my husband's hand and standing on a beach in Hawaii. But I literally stood in salt water. Like, I'm not freaking kidding you guys. Another thing I did was I got another tote and I put sand in it, like literal sand, and I squished my toes in the sand. And I'm like, okay, I want this dream so bad, but I can't even like picture it. I hired an artist to come in and create a full-size mural in my bedroom of a Hawaiian sunset, like complete with palm trees, and like it says I love you in the sand. Like, I legit like took it to the whole next level. I even went and got some like exotic tropical fruits, and I would like put them up against, I would picture myself sitting at a restaurant in Hawaii, and I would put them up across my nose so I could smell them, and then I would taste them, passion fruit and different things like that. And I was just like, I'm there. I envisioned myself being there. And then here's the next thing. I felt the gratitude for it. This is intense, you guys. This is not just like, oh, I threw a piece of paper up on a board and then forgot that it was there. Like, I literally took it to the next level. And by the way, I've been to Hawaii twice now. Shout out to everybody who went there with me just last year. Right before COVID hit, I was able to take a group of ladies, and we went and we rented this beautiful retreat house just near the beach. And we got to go experience Hawaii again on a whole nother level. It was so magical, to say the least. I want you to know, you guys, this vision board thing, it really is a full-on whole body experience for me. And if you have a hard time feeling the gratitude for receiving it, that's what you want to work on first. So you can get in practice by feeling gratitude every single day. Do that as one of your first AM rituals or practices, or routines that you're getting into. Practice feeling the gratitude for the things that are coming to you before you even have them in your hands. Feel the gratitude. Think about it. The word emotion, if you break it up, emotion would be energy in motion. Emotion, okay? I don't know if you guys have ever actually broken down that word before, but it is so powerful, okay? So if you're just looking for a little bit of hope today, you're just looking for a little bit of inspo, I think you're in the right place. I hope that this is powerful for you. I want to share just a few more stories, okay? I want to tell you that I realized the reason why I had such a hard time getting to Hawaii for me was because I personally did not feel worthy enough of experiencing it. I personally did not feel like I was worth it or valuable enough, or whatever you want to say. But when I was standing on that beach with my husband the first time, we arrived at this point on the beach, and he was holding my hand and I was putting my toes in the sand. And I closed my eyes and I said, honey, I have been to this exact spot before. And he goes, no, we haven't been here yet. Because he'd been with me the whole trip, right? And he goes, no, we haven't been here yet. He knew it was my first time there. And he said, no, we haven't been here. And I said, no, I've been here. I've been here. I had already been there in my mind. So for me, it was just first things are created like on a different level, right? So you could say mentally or emotionally or spiritually, however you want to say that. First things are created there and then they manifest physically. I literally knew I had been there before. And he's like, okay, but I knew it. There's just no way that you can even convince me of otherwise. It was so powerful. So if you're working on some goals, you've got some things that you're working on, don't let these like quotes about people making fun of people who set New Year's resolutions and crap like that. Do not let that bug you. Do not let that get you down. Do not discourage yourself or talk trash on yourself. Please don't do that. I invite you to imagine the possibilities for this next year. I invite you to imagine with hope the possibilities for you. I am a powerful believer in the fact that you are the creator of your own life, that you are the author of your own story. This vision board is simply a tool for you to be able to envision yourself getting there. Okay. So, whatever it is, now I'm going to invite you to go ahead in the comments. I want you to bravely, boldly put one thing that is something that you are really going to declare to the universe right now. This is happening for me. This is happening to me. I get this. And you just declare it with boldness right now. Go ahead in the comments and do that. I want to encourage you to use multiple ways to do your vision board. Don't just do one thing. Do multiple things. You could do where you write out your goals and you write out the items on your vision board every freaking day. You can go ahead and put it on your screensaver. You can go ahead and do a bulletin board or a magnet board or a whiteboard. You could do any of those things, or you could do all of those things. You could put something on your desktop, on your computer or your laptop or your tablet. You could put that as your screensaver. You could put pictures around your house in your private spaces. Maybe when you open up the closet door, you have items from your vision board there again to remind you. Maybe you have it like when you sit down at your desk, it's taped right here at the bottom, right here. Boom. You might even have an accountability partner where you text each other a picture. One of my favorite apps is called Viva Video. And I create a slideshow vision board on my app I probably update it at least 2 times a year, sometimes 3 or 4 a year. But yes, I absolutely do this. Lori says, do you do new moon intentions also? You better believe it. I'm very sensitive to the moon's energy, so I write it out. Yeah, definitely. And those of you who have been following my journey at all, maybe you have become aware that I've changed a little bit. This sounds kind of silly to actually like say this out loud, but like I've had people not even recognize me that have known me for years. And I'm not just talking about like my hair got longer because I got extensions. But I let go of a lot of extra weight. So because, a lot of people are putting down weight on their things, I was experiencing some autoimmune disorders, which caused major chronic pain and chronic fatigue for me. And I also went through something that was very, very emotionally traumatic for me. And I gained 100 pounds within 6 months. And it took me years of trying different things to be able to let that go. One thing that I would really encourage by is if you do a vision board to put something that's positive. So instead of saying, that you lose the weight, you don't want to lose the weight because if you lose the weight, you're going to have to go find it, right? So choosing I let go of, or, the new weight that you want to step into, those kind of things. It is so powerful. And by the way, congratulations to Ginger. Ginger was on our class, on our page, just like this, and met one of our speakers and made such a huge difference. And Ginger, how much weight did you let go of? Your before and after pictures just freaking make me cry, girl. You like so inspiring to me. I'm so proud of you. She let go of 100 pounds also. Way to go, girl. Oh, I'm so proud of you. So, yes, letting go of it, you're like letting go of it, right? I realized that for me, I felt like I needed extra protection and it was under my skin suit. But it was just like underneath there, I'm like, let it go. I don't need it. I'm safe. I'm perfectly whole and safe just the way I am. And it makes a big difference. And yeah, we'll be having some guest speakers talking about some of those type of things just next week. We have an author who created his own gluten-free cookbook who will be doing a cooking demo next Friday. So excited to have him on. And then we also have another health coach who will be speaking about that specifically. All kinds of neat things. So, oh my gosh, let me share with you some of the other things that we've been able to do. I wanted some sexy romantic pictures with my husband, so I got that, put that on there. My daughter Braxy is all about service and making other people feel good. She put on there that she wanted to write and mail 15 letters to her friends. So when she pulled that off of her vision board, she also went ahead and put that in here. She also wanted to increase her her education and her intellect, and so she put on there that she would go to the library 2 times a week through that whole month. These are just simple things, you guys. You do not have to put like this big thing. You can put big things on there too, but I encourage you to do a variety: long term, intermediate, and then short term. I mean, if you want a new pair of running shoes, or you want to get groceries next week, I don't freaking care what it is. Literally put it on there and start collecting evidence for your brain that you know how to do this, that you can create this, and that you are capable of being the creator of your life. That's you. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is bringing in this invisible wealth ship. You are the creator. And this vision board tool is a way for you to be the author of your own story. You are the one who is going to do it for you. Only you are accountable for your life. Only you can bring those things in. I want to tell you that this is the most important work that I've ever done, to teach my family how to be creators, how to take their own initiative in their own lives. And if they don't want to do a vision board, don't make them. Use your own example and inspire them. I've had people come to me and say, "Okay, now like things are shifting for you. Like, what's going on?" All of a sudden, my family was able to go buy a car with cash. We were able to buy a trampoline, which it's like a really nice trampoline, so the wind won't blow it away off of our little, ridge that we live on. We're like up on the ridge, and then it goes down to the river bottoms right here. So, like, I've been able to take my family on trips and vacations. I've been able to get new clothes, which I didn't have that opportunity as a stay-at-home working mom. The amount of income that I had coming in for a long time just didn't allow me to do that. Having 8 kids, and we homeschooled, so we were in charge of all of our educational, financial investments and responsibilities there. I bought a sauna at the end of the year. My sauna right there, I absolutely love. I use it for health. My treadmill, I actually wanted to share that with you. Like you can do and have and create anything that you want in this life. You are the one who does that. So I just pulled this Peloton off of my vision board 2 months ago. And let me tell you how much fun it is. They have like all these people from all around the world with the most beautiful, amazing, inspiring accents, different cultures. They bring in their own personalities and they do these classes. You can also go on tours while you're on your walk on your treadmill, So for those of you who love traveling, but you can't necessarily travel the world in the same way right now, I actually went on a walk in Reykjavik, Iceland last week. And you guys, I have been there before. I've been to that freaking place. So I was like a walk down memory lane for me because I took my daughter there, remember, in 2018. And so you can see the waterfalls, you can hear the birds and see the birds literally flying across the screen. So inspiring. So I'm sharing this not to be like, look what I did, but also I want to inspire you, you guys. Like, I wanted a nice freaking treadmill. I wanted a treadmill that was gonna just like be so beautiful. I didn't have to worry if I was gonna hurt myself or fall or anything like that. This deck had sat there unfinished for years and years. We've lived here for 11 years. Our neighbors are probably so happy because it's not such an eyesore now. But we were able to go ahead and finish off that beautiful the deck off of our master bedroom. That just happened this last year. Those of you who may be friends with me on my personal page, we finally, after 11 years, got our kitchen updated. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it so, so much. My daughter is so freaking sweet. I look at this vision board success binder, and I'm just so inspired by her. She sent out 30 letters to friends before she left, and then she put down all of their names. And so can you use your vision board for more than just physical things? Yes, you absolutely can. Can you use them for materialistic things too? Yes, you absolutely can. You can use it for anything that you want. It's your vision board, right? And I hope that by me taking the time today to share with you, I hope that you don't let the naysayers get you down. What really matters with the vision board is your intention. So spend a few minutes with it every day, looking at it and brainstorming, and get those thoughts out of your head. All the reasons why you can't achieve it. Why not you? Ask yourself that. Why do I think I can't do that? I've literally put things like, well, because I had at one point that I wanted to go on TV 30 times. And before I achieved that goal, I would look at that, and I would look at the piece of paper up on the vision board, and I would cry because I'd say, I'm ugly and I'm fat and no one's going to listen to me. And why would I want to do that? I might throw up because I'm so nervous. All these different things, right? Like, why would I be the one that goes on TV to talk about, like manifesting and meditations and energy healing? Like, who am I to do that? Who am I not to do that? Like, I had to just learn to love myself that much more. I had to learn to forgive myself for being so freaking hard on myself, saying such mean things to myself, and believing other people's comments. I really want you to know, if you knew every single person's story out there, you would have such a compassion and a tenderness for them. But the thing is, you don't know everybody's story. And not everybody knows your story. And I want to invite you to have compassion for yourself, where you are today, where you are right now, what kind of things you have achieved. The very first time that I ever had the awareness that my thoughts made a difference to my life, I had overcome an addiction to meth. As a 17-year-old girl in Utah, I got on a Greyhound bus and I went to the Port Authority bus depot in New York City. And I lived in New York City for 5.5 months. And my grandmother sent me a book called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. And I read that book. And there's a section in the book that talks about how your thoughts affect your energy. And I remember I closed the book and I sat there and I kind of just chewed on those thoughts. I said, could that be real? I believed up until that point I was only a victim of my circumstance. I didn't believe that I had control or any sort of power around my life at all. The moment that you have the awareness that your thoughts matter and they actually do affect the energy, you're like a radio transmutation station. What you emanate from you comes back to you. I don't care if you call it science. It is science, by the way. I don't care if you call it woo-woo. I don't freaking care. I just know it is, because my life is a testament of it. My life is literally proof of it. And I want you to know that I encourage you to challenge it. Challenge it. How are you going to challenge it? You're going to get yourself a vision board. You're not going to put it off. You're going to start it right away. Melanie, the book is called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Carol S. Truman. She actually spoke at my first conference, and I was able to let her know what a difference her book made for me, how it helped me to get clean because I focused on what I wanted. What kind of a life did I want? I knew I wanted to marry Casey Ward. I knew I wanted to marry my mountain man. Oh my goodness. Seriously. But I just want to inspire you to know that you can do it. If other people have poo-pooed you or told you that you're not capable of it, I mean, I'm not just here to like be like rah rah rah. Like, yes, I have pink cheerleading pom-poms over there. Thank you, Jody. Jody, one of my friends sent him to me. She's like, "Girl, you are a cheerleader. I'm sending this to you." But it's more than that. I have evidence. I have years of evidence of not just my own, but my family's that we've been collecting because we needed evidence for our brain that we were capable of this. So, can you do me a favor? I spent an hour and just a few minutes here of my time and sharing from my heart. What I'd like to do, if you can do an energy exchange for me, is I would love to just hear what was your best thing that you heard. Go ahead and drop that down in the comments. What was something that maybe you learned that you're going to take from this time that you spent with me today? Maybe it was a tip, maybe it was a type of a vision board that you can use, that you can try. Maybe it was one of the stories that inspired you. Maybe it was somebody else's experiences or the comments from all of the other people here that are watching today. What was something that you could take away? I really want to hear from you. What was something that you pulled from this that gave value to you? That's all I'm asking for. I just want to know what it was. And then I also am going to go ahead and do a free giveaway right now. For those of you who are interested in possibly having a vision board consult with me, we would spend about 30 minutes on the phone together, or we could do even a FaceTime or something like that so that I can see your vision board after you go ahead and start it. And I'd love to give you some feedback on it and then share some really powerful tools and stories and tips for you that might also help you personally based off of your personality and maybe some of your habits and some of the things that you've also been able to create in your own life. So I want to go ahead and just maybe share one of your takeaways that really made a difference for you. And then also just let me know down in the comments if you're interested in that. So you can just say giveaway in the comments. Let me know if you'd like to do that. So yes, definitely very, very good stuff. And thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and read just a few of these tips and then we'll go ahead and do that giveaway. Yes, Monica, thank you so much for sharing that. She said, get the negative stuff out and burn it as you start. Yes, and you may need to do that more than once. It's okay. Do not be hard on yourself. The idea is to let those negative thoughts go so that you make room for the fresh new information. And if you're really working on a big financial goal, I know somebody had asked me, how did you do the $20,000 in 1 month? Because the most I'd ever earned in 1 month before that was 5,000, right? So if you are thinking, like, how did you do that? I made a list of 100 different ways that I could earn the 20,000. When I was done, when I got those out, I started crossing off things that I would actually never do. And then I started circling the ideas that I'm like, I can actually see myself doing that. And that made a big difference as well. And I mean, I had a newborn during that time, a newborn that I earned that 20,000. So anybody who's ever had a new baby at your house, you know what that's like, right? And I had also 7 other children and was homeschooling full time, all of them. So yes, when people give me excuses, I'm like, girl, or man, or whatever. Like, I know all the things. Like, I'm totally telling you, like, I relate with the opposition and the resistance to reaching those things, but just letting it inspire you, letting your obstacles kind of fuel that passion for you. Like, I don't use my kids as a reason why I can't get stuff. I use them as a reason why I should be going after it, because I should be the one that's setting the example. So I honestly, before I started my business, I was telling my oldest daughter, she was 13, and I told her, I said, you could be, do, or have, or give anything that you want in this life. And she said, bull crap. I'm calling your bluff. And I said, what? What do you mean? She goes, I see you. I see you sitting on this couch doing nothing. Here you are lecturing me, telling me I can be, do, or give, or have, or whatever, anything. She's like, bull crap. She's like, you say that, but I don't believe that you believe it. Oh, about a month later is when I started my business, by the way. I couldn't just tell them. It wasn't enough for me to just say it. I had to do it. I had to show them. And that's inspiring, right? So let me share some of these others really quick. Sheena says, write and burn all the negative thoughts that come up and think about why I can't have what I want. Yeah, so once you let them go, then you ask yourself the question, but why me? Why me, right? So yes, I'm glad that that served a lot of you. Ezra and Maria says, I love you, your vision board and your success binder. Yes, and this is a big deal. If you have multiple kids, get some tabs across the side, or if you have one for your business or your family or you as a couple or anything like that, it's another very, very good thing. Allison says, I just feel full. I'm so glad. Danielle says, interested, been a long time doing a vision board. Okay, now can I just tell you guys one thing? If you think that I've always had like a positive relationship with my vision board, you got another thing coming. I have literally taken my vision board off my wall, taken it out back, poured gasoline all over it, took an axe pick to it and beat the crap out of it and then lit it on fire. Now, if that ain't dramatic or extreme, I don't know what is. I have had times when I literally was like, not friends with my vision board. I've had this like give and take relationship, happy, not happy, whatever. But the times that you can make your vision board work for you is the time when you bring it to you and you choose in on it, right? It is the biggest deal ever. So yes, Kim, it's so happy to see you on here. That's my best friend from when I was in the 5th grade. I was like, what, 10, 11 years old. And I still remember when we would go to your house and your family would scare the crap out of us on Halloween. Seriously, so fun. I love you, girl. Shout out to you and the amazing things that you're creating in your home as well. Love following that. Brenda says the value is keeping the motivation going. Reminder, not to let naysayers get under your skin. Absolutely. Brenda says they now make a statement when comment see out of context. Oh, yeah. For sure. Okay, so lots of people are interested in the giveaway. That's so exciting. Thank you so much. Lori Michelle says, I have 3 affirmations for 2022, health, wealth, and voice. And she'll make a vision board for each. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Tressa says, I'm writing out my list of what I'm going to put on my vision board now. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh, you guys are so inspiring yourselves. Thank you so much. Yes, and I'm so glad I wanted to share this with you. Please share this with others. This is not a Tammy tool. This is something that any one of you can do and share with other people. In fact, grab some girlfriends, grab some of the neighbor kids over, grab a group and put some other people together if that's you, right? The thing is, I feel like when we isolate ourselves and don't tell anybody else about our enthusiasm, it actually can pull us back. So I inspire you to go ahead and pull that out of you and do this. You guys really do it. Oh, I love that, Susanna. Way to go on that. Melinda says, wow, girl, teaching only works when we do it ourselves, not just talk about how others can do it. Yes, that is so true. I remember learning that, and I will never, ever forget it. And I'm so grateful that my daughter called my bluff that day, and she said that to me because, I mean, I literally want you to know, like, my life would be completely different if that hadn't happened. I mean, I wouldn't have gone to Hawaii. I wouldn't have even have thought that was possible. I wouldn't have hired the mentors and the coaches that I have. You know, the coaches and the people that I've worked with. Bob Proctor. I don't know if you guys know him. He's the old dude on The Secret, that movie that came back out, or that came out in like 2006. I hired him to help me get more real with myself and be able to learn how to bring the law of attraction in to actual factual existence. It's a big deal. Melanie says, my girls are in the background listening. They think I'm a nut job, but I know they watch me, and if I do it, they will get interested. You know what's going to inspire your girls, Melanie, is when they see your results, because there's nothing that speaks to to others who are doubting is when they see your actions actually working and they see you actually doing it. It is such a big deal. I remember that first time that we had over 3,000, we had 3,700 people at the Salt Palace for our energy healing conference. I literally had to go to the bathroom. I just cried and cried. I was so overjoyed and so happy because I know that we're really helping a lot of people. And now, because we're doing these classes online too, we get to help even more people that way as well. So, really good stuff. I didn't see somebody else share this best tip, so I want to make sure I emphasize it one more time, and that is to feel the gratitude for the item that you have on your vision board. Feel the gratitude for it before you actually receive it. You're going to be feeling the gratitude for it. Okay, so that is the most important thing that I would say is to feel that emotion, to feel that gratitude, because you're going to bring it to you faster than anything else ever could. Okay, so oh, you did. I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm sorry I didn't see that. There was a lot of comments. I was going really fast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and choose our first giveaway, which is Kelly Kreger just won a 30-minute private giveaway. I'm going to do one more giveaway. This one's going to be a little bit different. This one is going to be for the Energy Healing for Beginners course, which starts just next week. So if you've been on my page before, you know how this works. You send lots of emojis and happy, good thoughts to Kelly, and congratulations to her for winning. That's just good juju, good karma, right? To send that out there when someone else wins. It will come back to you, I promise. So the next giveaway that I'm going to do is for the Energy Healing for Beginners. And I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the comments if you'd like to check it out. I'm going to give you guys just a moment to go ahead and congratulate her while I tell you about this next giveaway that we're going to be doing. This one is where we not just do vision boards, we also are going to be talking about how to work with your own intuition. We're going to be talking about developing that. It's such an important skill set to be able to trust your inner voice. And also we'll be learning about frequency and how it applies to you. The power of your words, the power of your thoughts, the power of your creation. And if you have people in your household that would like to join in, they can join in. All of these are live and customized to the group, but we also record them. So if you can't attend live, you can also be on. These are at 2 o'clock on January 4th is the first class. It's on sale right now as a $79 flash sale for just a few more days. We'll also be talking about energy testing. I geek out on the science of all of this. So I actually bring in scientists. We bring in data. The clinical studies that have been happening for decades will be presented to you as well. We pack as much as we possibly can. I know it says 7 weeks, but we're going to do it for 8 weeks. So if you're wanting your 2022 to be kicked off in like just a fabulous way, this is one of the ways to do it. As someone who's had to really overcome a lot of what's the word? Hate, probably would be the accurate way to say it. As somebody who's had to really overcome some major obstacles, both with addictions from my own choices and then other things that have happened to me as well, I can tell you from personal experience that you have the power within you to be capable of doing anything that you want, that you are the author of your own story. You hold the pen in your own hand. And I just want you to know that I would love to help complement those first couple months with you in 2022. So if you're interested at all, this is the link for that that we just went ahead and put down in the comments. And what I'd also like to do, we're going to give away a scholarship for somebody who's interested in that. I'm going to go ahead and put that link up here on the comments on the screen. So you go to energyhealingconference.com and then under the Learn tab at the top, you click on Energy Healing for Beginners. And so that's where you can find it, or you can just click on that link there as well. But this particular course, you guys, that's like $10 a week for some awesome mentoring. Also, right in the group, I also want to share with you that I'm going to be teaching you practical tools that you can use that will make a difference for your own energy field. And these are simple things that anyone can do. Even my granddaughter, when she was only 2 years old, could do some of these. So this course is designed for beginners, obviously, but people who have been learning about energy healing for decades have also taken it, and they've said it's been a great refresher course and also just a wonderful way to learn some new tools as well. Included in this class, you're also going to get access to my online workbook, which I've been developing and updating for years and years, and it's included as well. You're also going to get a free ticket to our next upcoming energy healing conference, which we just announced, to Sandy, Utah on February 11th and 12th. And do you guys have any questions at all about this? I want to go ahead and do our giveaway for that. So if you're interested, let me know. I'm so excited. This is going to be awesome to go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and put the link in one more time. I love that. Very, very cool. Yes, and if you've taken that class before, maybe you can just say one or two things about it in the comments. So somebody who is thinking about it might see if it's of value for them as well. This is so exciting. So congratulations to Kelly. You just won that 30-minute vision board consult. Thank you so much for being on. I hope that this has been super fun for you guys. I'm glad I was able to do it. I've been a little bit under the weather over the Christmas break and the holidays. And so yeah, so forgive my voice for being a little crazy here. But yes, oh, this is so cool. Thank you guys so much. And also thank you so much for sharing as well about the tips that made the biggest difference for you as well. That is a big deal to me. If there's any business owners that would like to come in for a business implementation retreat, we also have 2 spaces left for that next weekend. So let me know, send me a message if you're interested in that as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just choose Lily Smith. I have not seen your name on our page yet before, but I'm happy to announce you as our scholarship recipient today for the Energy Healing for Beginners class. So thank you so much. And then I also would like to share the vision board resource guide with you. So if you guys are interested in that, what I'm going to have you do is go on to our Energy Healing Conference not Facebook page, but the website in just a moment, and I am going to add the link there on the homepage. It is not there currently, but I'm going to go add it. And all it's going to ask you for is your name and your email, and then one item that you'd like to put on your vision board so that I can celebrate with you when you do achieve it. And I also just want to say from the bottom of my heart here, thank you so much for being here, because every single one of you really matter to me. And I have had a heck of a year, and this class today has also been inspiring for me as well, as somebody who just gets to share with you from the bottom of my heart how important it is to believe in the possibilities of what you want, what you aspire for. So again, the website is energyhealingconference.com. Give me like 5 minutes if you can, and then you're going to go ahead and go right to our homepage, and there'll be a spot that says vision board, and I'll have it added, and then you can go there. And what you're going to get in your email is you'll get a whole list of different links and resources, and then some tips and a step-by-step guide for different ways to do your vision board. This is totally free to get access to this resource guide. It's not going to cost you a thing. It's just 100% my gift to you today. And if you're watching this on the replay, we'll make sure that it stays up for at least a few days so you can go ahead and get access to that. But thank you guys so much, and congratulations to our winners as well. So Lily, are you on still? Did you see that you won? I wanted to see if oh, good. She said, thank you so much. Awesome. All right. So Lily Smith, will you go ahead and send me a private message, and I'll get you signed up for your scholarship as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have so much fun creating your vision, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye-bye.